Welcome back, Fox's friends. This is the last and final game of the season. We are being hosted by the Pittsburgh Wildcats, North Pittsburgh Wildcats. These teams are historically fairly even matched. I think they have one more win than us, about the same losses and ties. So we will see how we do today. Again, this is the last one, the last regular season game, and I don't think either of these teams will be making it into the playoffs. And somehow that puck went in, so North Pittsburgh Wildcats on the board first. We have that barefoot Gregor and McFall line in first. We have Ensley and Watson back on defense. Barefoot back to pick up that puck. He'll sling it out. And it's Gregor coming in tough. Just interfering with that play. Pass up the boards into the Foxes zone. Watson gets it over to Ensley. Pass over to Watson off the boards. Levi sends it up as he gets on. Watson gets checked from the wall. Center pass out to Levi, out in the slot. Wildcats able to get on that play. So Baldoff, Taylor, and Bolsinger on this line. Watson, he'll get challenged as he tries to exit the zone. That puck will get chipped, and it's Baldoff off to the races with Bolsinger. Behind the net, didn't get it around completely, comes up, falls short so Sheldon can't get to it. He wisely backs off. The Wildcats in the zone, Foxes again. Sheldon skated out, trying to feed it up to Bolsinger. Wildcats step up and turn the other way. Bolsinger will send it into the zone, try to chase it, keep it in. It's back. Now into the Wildcat zone here. Jack steps on the ice, cutting that pass off, but they ended up getting it back to neutral. Send over to Dwormeyer. Dwormeyer over to Watson. Watson trying to feed Jack on the run. That puck intercepted. It's going to go from end to end, icing on the Wildcats. Watson trying to backhand that back towards the net. The Wildcats able to skate it out. Little mishandle here on the blue line. That's Kearns trying to get some stick in there. Turn it. Barefoot getting his stick there in that not shot. Now Ensley into the corner. Shot high up over the net and to the other side. Jack will handle it and skate it out. Got Barefoot on the run with him. Trying to pass it over to him. And just a little behind, I think. Different ideas. Bobcats send it in deep and around the corner. Wildcats first two, and they pass it out into the slot. Ensley gets in the way of that one. Wildcats with possession behind the net. Send it out. Take a shot, goes in. No pressure on the puck really there. And the Wildcats able to find that lane. Shelton up the boards to Gregor. Gregor fighting it. That's going to be offsides on the Foxes as Levi gets caught in the zone. They fall dumping it in. Balled off giving chase, and they'll chip it up to the center. Shelton handles it, turns it back around, finds Gregor in the zone. That's going to be offsides again on the Foxes. Wildcats gaining possession of the puck on the faceoff. They'll sling one across the bow. Dwermeyer with the puck, sending it up into the center, and it's Gregor trying to get to it. The fall pushing it forward. Wildcats 3-on-2 here. They'll send when it goes behind. Shelton able to pick it up and send up the boards. They keep it in. Little tangle there. They'll send it across the paint out. There's a bunch of noise in front. Mason can't make the exit. Back in the corner. They send one across. The Foxes will clear. But it will be not icing. Thought it was going to be called. Bolsinger trying to cut that pass on his exit from the zone. Watson steps up using the boards. We'll push it back into the Wildcat zone. Battle on the line here. Barefoot getting in there. And Bolsinger slings it now behind the net. Taylor. We're going to get a penalty on Isaac Watson for interference off the puck. As the hand goes up. Oh, maybe not. I guess there's a call for icing. That hand was up for icing, not the penalty that right happened. So, pass up to Bolsinger, and he'll send it in deep. Barefoot, first to it. Pressure in that puck on the wall. Bolsinger chasing it down. Foxes send it across the other way. Barefoot keeps it in. Send it in deep. Got Alex Cairns on this. This is a big line here today. Barefoot and Bolsinger trying something different. Ensley send it in just across and wide of the net. Watson on the other side. Bottled up, send it back around. Cairns in the corner. Mishandles the puck. Ensley will send another one in. Hits some folks on the way. They'll tip it all the way out. Watson back. He's got two pursuing. We'll send it up the boards and out. And there's Baldoff. Can't get it over to Bolsinger. Watson contains, but sends it in the slot. Good back tech by. Oh, Baldoff trying to lift it up and over. Can't do it. And they freeze the puck. Pass back to Dwermeyer, but the Wildcats will send it back. Now Shelton will receive it. They'll toss it up to Jack and get it out of the zone. Foxes will clear. And as Jack steps up, just missing the puck, he'll send it in. They intercept that deep. Shelton up the boards and gets behind him. Karen sends it around the other way. We got Jack. Jack, cross out in the front. They flip it up and out of the zone. Going to be icing on the Wildcats. Wildcats are clear, and it goes back in deep. Watson gives chase. They'll sling it around, they bottle. Barefoot McFall working to get that puck out, and they keep it in. The puck comes bouncing in. Marco Ray has the answer, and we'll freeze. March 13th. Barefoot on the face-off. Watson will find it. He's trying to pass it out, looking for McFall. And the offsides in the Wildcats. So I forgot. I should be announcing, I think.
Are you announcing?
Now I am. Gregor trying to get underneath there. Comes back in deep, and now it's Watson. I got a stick on that. Came across and I think behind the goalie. Chipped around the other side. That one's balled off. It'll step in there. Looked like he got hooked. Tries to loft it out, but Wildcats getting in the way. Puck is still just bouncing around out in that slot. Bolsinger, he'll step it out. Wildcats collapse around him and able to clear the zone. Back check by Watson. Wildcats enter. They send it out in front. Dwormar has a stick on there to deflect it. Box is clear. Gonna be icing is the call.
Whatever. You just missed your son pick that kid's pocket.
Wildcats can't clear yet. They do on the second attempt. Now on neutral ice, it's Taylor coming back. And he ain't able to get it all the way to. Puck is loose. Oh my goodness, Shelton trying to, it was sitting behind the net, behind Marco. He comes back in and it's loose, and Shelton able to get enough interference in that puck. Baldoff working behind with Shelton. Pass out in front, and Dwormeyer interrupts that play. Levi gets his pockets picked from the guy on his belly. Always fun. I'm going to blow the whistle there. So Fox is on the power play here for 2 minutes, and they're getting the time up on the board. Didn't see the call, but some of the parents are saying it was for too much puck possession. So Wildcats will clear it to center. Watson back with the puck. He'll chip it up to Ensley and into the zone. Not sure why they didn't call icing on that, but it's okay. Jack trying to get up there. Watson trying to take the shot. They get in the way. That's going to hurt. Watson's shot is not fun to be on the receiving end of. Foxes will dump it in, but nobody pursues. Looking a little bit flat right now. Watson again with the puck. He'll skate it out to the center. Jack will pick it up on the wall and send it in. Watson's still pursuing. Holding up Cairns with the puck. And Jack will put one on net, and it's loose. Gregor trying to get there. Wildcats now with possession. They'll send one in, and Marco Ray will stop the play. Shooting from a pretty wide angle there. Bolsinger will pick it up off the wall. Pass up to Baldoff. Baldoff in the zone. He'll send one just wide the net. Barefoot collecting on the side, sending it back in. Stepping up is Bolsinger. Baldoff trying to get a stick on it. It's still loose. Comes out to the corner. And they'll be able to get it behind, but it's Shelton stopping that advance. Fumble the puck there on the blue line, and Barefoot will chip it up. Back into the Fox's zone. Wildcats with the possession. They'll sling it around Ray, and Dwarmeyer will collect it off the wall. Send it up to Barefoot. And that'll do it here for the first period. The Foxes trail by 2. Back at it. Wildcats able to collect the puck from behind. They're sending it out in front. McFall trying to get in there and get a body on that. Fox is on the attack here. 3-on-2. Trying to get around. Trying to send it back to Watson. Can't get it on. They'll clear the puck. Ensley fielding. Good pressure, forecheck by the Wildcats. Now sent into the Wildcat zone. Foxes sent it out to an open McFall. McFall sent it on net, and they will hold it for a second, but then send it back out. Off the bench, Barefoot. He'll bat it in deep. Barefoot, man against the team. Blast comes in from Bolsinger. Buck out in front, and he'll get it in. Bolsinger able to find the redirect, got the feed, and able to beat the goalie. Foxes claw one back, 2-1. Barefoot getting it in again. So Barefoot basically pulled the entire team with him, and the entire Foxes team was open. So it was a good effort there by Barefoot. They apparently recognize him as a threat on the ice. Shelton from behind, getting underneath. Barefoot working the puck up. Trying to Taylor get some interference there. Bolsinger. Bolsinger will chip it into the Wildcat zone. Up the boards they go.
Do you need 2 centers right
That must be the case. That's why we're getting so many different looks. So in deep in the zone, the Wildcats able to collect the puck off of Baldoff, and they turn it the other way. They try to chip it around Dwermeyer off the boards. Dwermeyer sent it to the side. Shot on goal, off Marco's pads, loose. Comes back in, Marco will catch it off of the reflection of himself. Stop the play. Yesterday was the last game of my daughter's season. It was a scrimmage. But the guy brought in this headset, 2 headsets with microphones and a little box.
Yeah.
And it was just like the most amazing experience. I didn't have to compete with the crowd. I could hear him in my brain. I mean, it was the best thing ever.
Wow.
So it might happen next year.
So what you're telling me is you can't help yourself. You feel like you have to do it?
Yes, I do. Wildcats still in possession. Looked like there could have been a trip there. No hand went up. Up the boards, it's Watson. Nope, that's Alice Cairns trying to get it out. Baldoff getting in there. Probably should be interference on there. Trying to advance that puck and takes a wide shot. No hand or call up. Basically got mugged past the line. Icing is a call here on the Wildcats. Barefoot to Shelton. Shelton will send one. It's loose. Reaching in is McFall, and they collect the puck before get it past. Yeah. Barefoot trying to send him one in from in deep. Comes up to Shelton. Shelton will send him back up the boards. Mason Greger behind. Looking to center it out in front. Dwarmeyer keeps. Off the boards to Greger. Greger looking up. And Cairns out in front. Or no, Barefoot. Good interference out in front of the net. The Foxes turn this game a little bit, tilting the ice the other way. Getting some good pressures on the goalie here in the last couple series. On the attack, it's the Wildcats. They send it around, and Watson will chase it around. He'll send it back on the other direction, up to McFall. McFall will chip it. It goes up and out. Barefoot. He's got Greger with him. It's 2-on-2. He'll hold it up. Trying to feed it across to Greger. That lane gets shut by the Wildcats, and they turn it the other way. Watson collects the puck. He'll get chipped to the line. Mason will gain his own. He gets hit off the puck. Back to Watson. Watson will send it back to neutral. That chip up to McFall. They send it back the other way.
Circle right here. Circle right here. Right through first. You missed it.
Puck out of the zone and into the bleachers there. Shelton fielding that puck. He'll send it back the other way, and Bolsinger off the wall. He's got Taylor with him. Can't feed him over. The Foxes can't keep the puck in the zone. Now around the boards, it's Wermeyer trying to get there first. They try to find the slot, and it's balled off with the puck. They send it back to defense behind the net. I want him to get flicked out, but going to be probably icing on the Foxes. A quick shot off the goal, or off the face-off, and that shot comes across. And well, I'm not worried about it, but that should be offside, and it is finally called. Likely one, because it's not as bad. Yeah. Wildcats with possession. They'll sling it in. Dwarmeyer gives chase. Looking up. He gets robbed of that puck. Now behind the net. Still possession. Wildcats trying to push it out.
I really don't want to do that.
No, me neither. Wildcats still dancing along the wall at the puck. They'll send it out to the point. And they'll try to send it back in. Baldoff can't avoid the one guy that's there on the line. He'll take that puck and sling it back at the net. Sorry, a little critical here today, my son. But they are double shifting, so. Now out to the point. Wildcats will sling it back in, and Ray will collect. Watson sends it around the boards. Cairns will step up. They'll sling it back in. Goes off of Watson's foot. Now it's Jack working the wall. Foxes still can't. From the slot, that shot comes in, goes wide. Watson again, sending it up to Jack. Jack trying to get a body on it. He comes back in the other way. Ensley gets in the way of that one. And that'll do it. Barefoot skates it out, 3-on-1. He'll send it over to Kearns. Kearns trying with the puck. Ensley with a shot out front. Try to redirect from Jack. Can't get the whole stick on. Hey, great pass. Out through the middle. And Barefoot takes his shot, gets deflected in the pads. That shot goes up and over Ray. It's the other way. And the Foxes will clear the zone. That pass over to Jack, trying to find him out in open ice. And he'll push it into the Wildcat zone. Return to sender, gonna be icing on the Wildcats.
But that doesn't mean you don't do it.
Wildcats pass it in. Shelton with a good stick, knocks it off at least initially. They still maintain possession behind the net. They're setting up, camping out in front. That puck comes in, and good save by Marco. That puck gets deflected out by McFall, using his body to get in the way. Did not feel good for sure. That's Baldoff getting a stick in there in the line. Another shot comes in, and now wide of the net. Baldoff avoiding a hit there on the wall. Still possession, passes it out, trying to get it up to Gregor. Gregor will dump it in deep. Puck comes out. Dwormeyer challenges it, stops the play. They'll sling it out. That should be offsides, but no, offside's called. And Marco Ray with the glove. Isaac Watson working the boards. Barefoot stepping in to help. He'll pick it up off the deflect, and Foxes can't clear it. Still possessed. Barefoot will try it again, and chipping it out is Taylor. Back in the zone it goes. Cut off, but Taylor helps it up. Pass just behind Barefoot, and Holsinger will send it in. Barefoot's got some wheels there. Still some effort. Good on the forecheck, working the wall. Holsinger comes in to help, and it squirts out in favor of the Wildcats. Just out of. Going to be offsides on the Foxes.
If he would trust his teammates a little bit, he would be much better off.
Ensley getting his shoulder and against the wall there. He gets cross-checked from behind, and that's going to draw a penalty from the Wildcats. So Fox is on the power play due to a cross-check. Offsetting penalties on Fox is apparently. We'll have 5-on-5 still for 2 minutes. That puck comes in and goes just behind. They'll sling it out to center. Shelton passing up to Dwarmeyer to Bolsinger in the zone. Still in possession, trying to sling it. It's McFall trying to advance it to Barefoot. Forming a wall around that. Wildcats all the way in. They'll send one out front. And they'll get it in on the second attempt. They'll pull ahead by a 2 again. Wildcats possession. Jack working the wall. Baldoff goes in to help. Chipped out the center. Cairns gets hit. Back up to Cairns. They'll get it in deep. Puck on the net. Hey, blow it. Oh, puck goes right past. They'll send one across and into the Fox's zone. Gonna die on the wall there. Foxes clear it. It's hauled off on the attack. It's a good back check. Jack keeps it in, fall off along the wards. Karen's trying to send it to the center again. Now it's Wildcats back in the zone. They'll sling one across the bow through the paint to the other side. Again, that puck comes out. There's Jack. Jack on the attack. They'll send one in just behind the net. And who's to it first? It's Kearns. Oh. Wildcat takes a good hit from Kearns. Ensley sends one in. That gets deflected wide. That goes off the ref. And Baldoff in there working with Kearns. He gets hit against the boards. And that'll do it here for the second period. Foxes trail by 2.
just know that she's older than my parents. That's all I know.
Barefoot slinging one across the paint, looking for McFall, just ahead of him. Wildcats pass it out. Good. Turn it around by Barefoot for the second time. Watson trying to get it in the zone, and he does. They keep him wide. He gets around one. He'll take a shot, goes off the pads. Good pressure on the puck there by McGregor, making him get out of the zone quickly. They'll pass up to Watson. McFall will dump it in. There's Gregor on the attack. Barefoot working, using his weight. That puck comes out, and Watson steps up. That shot goes off the blocker and up on the other side. He's back to get it. He's getting that slot pass again. He'll take a shot, goes, and he gets it in! A redirect, I think, by the defense, able to find the 5-hole. And just like that, Foxes get one back and pull within one.
Accurate.
What's that?
2 assists for 22, isn't it?
I think so. Balled off with. Should have had a penalty on that. Yeah, I don't care. The ball off takes a shot behind. Uncalled, out in front, right in front of him too. Gonna be offsides there on. Wildcats clear the zone to neutral. There'll be another offsides on the Wildcats here. Puck drop. Fox is clear. Now they'll get in the zone. Good deke there. And a good cover by Mark Ray. That puck comes in. Mark Ray will collect it. Up face up and up boards Watson with pressure. Bulldog trying to get in there. Watson went up with it. Good stick check by, and Ensley able to chip it up and out. They got Bolsinger. They'll send it in, but I think it has too much on it. Going to be icing on the Foxes. Another good stop by Marco Ray, betting that puck in. Barefoot pushed it up to Jack. Jack will knock it out. He'll turn it around. Barefoot will pick it up off the boards. And he'll send it in deep. Back out to neutral ice. Cleared Watson. Pass it up to Cairns. Cairns on the wall. Send it into the slot. Oh, back to the slot. Jack with pressure.
Mom, and go into the heater.
Jack on the wall. Send it back into the zone. Good challenge on the blue line by Watson. They don't get into the zone. Ensley back with the puck. He'll pass it out, trying to find Barefoot, but he was looking for the end of his shift. He's been on a lot there today. Shelton skating that out in the neutral ice. He'll get past the red line and dump it in wise play. Around the boards it is, and McFall steps up to it. Baldoff keeps it in up the boards. He's getting pursued, trying to feed McFall out front. And the Wildcats collapse around it. A good clean check, I guess. Wildcats still at the puck. They send it out front. He'll come in. Marco Ray will dive on it. He stopped the play. So Fox is going to get a power play here on a slash call on the Wildcats. Going to be on the man advantage for 2 minutes. Oh, imagine that. And on a short-handed goal, Wildcats come back, pull one in the back of the net. Pass out to center ice. Barefoot. Watson with the puck. Pushes up to Barefoot. And it goes into the Wildcat zone. They flip it back out. Barefoot over to Bolsinger. Back to Barefoot. Watson will skate it in. He gets held wide. Wildcats now able to pick up that puck off the wall. Goes in. Icing going to be the call on the Wildcats. Karen's taking the face off. Back to Shelton. Shelton will sling one in. Goes off the post. Very close. Behind the net. Trying to find Mason Greger out in front. Now the Wildcats on the attack. They'll send one in. Gets deflected out. Bormeyer collects it. We'll turn it the other way. Trying to push it up. That puck goes up and out of play. Now behind the net. Pick it up. Watson. I'm sorry, Cairns passes it out. Comes back in. Shelton back to pick it up. 9 seconds left here on the power play. I think the only shot on goal was off the faceoff. And that'll do it. Back to full strength. 6 minutes and 51 seconds left. Shelton sent out to Dormar. Dormar will clear the puck on the zone. Wildcats turn around. It's 4-on-1 now. That goes off the blocker. Rave. First to it. Now it's a breakaway. Challenge it on the wall and they get back. Claps around the puck. Now back in the corner. It's Mason trying to center that pass. Wildcats will dump that one in deep. Taylor will get it out, find McFall. McFall waits up and sends it in deep. McFall in the forecheck. Cut off. Good poke check by Ensley to send it to the wall. Open on the point. They'll send it in off the blocker. Goes up and out of play. Fox is cleared. There's Bolsinger on the attack. Got Barefoot with him. Get a little flick in there, and Barefoot first to the wall. Didn't push off the puck. Up the boards it goes. And around Watson. Wildcats sling one at. Comes off the defenseman into the corner. That centering pass out in front. Ensley able to get a body. Puck held in. Sent back in, and Marco Ray will stop that one. Stretch. Shot
I was
comes.
going to say it was highly inappropriate.
Back in deep in the Fox's zone, Watson taking that puck around the boards. Cairns will clear it, and it's Jack giving chase. We'll turn it back to the neutral. Watson will step up again. Going to be offsides on the Foxes as Baldoff steps in too soon. Sling around the boards, balled off up to Jack. Jack working the wall. Gormeyer back, pass it up to Cairns. Cairns will exit the zone with the puck. Now back to center. Wildcats dance it in. They'll send one on net. Pick it up off the glove. Try to go the other way. And Shelton will send it up. And that puck deflected off of Jack's stick. So working possession with it, and we'll sling it out. Comes back in. I think I hit Shelton on the way in. Shelton passing up to Cairns, and Cairns trying to get in the zone. He gets challenged. He'll send it in deep. Wildcats with possession. Flying in the zone. Shot on goal collected by Watson. Watson clearing the zone. Another shot goes into the waiting glove of the Wildcats. Detman, who hasn't seen a whole lot of action this third period. I'm hoping that the Foxes get some pressure here and they get a breakaway. This is a second shorthanded goal off the faceoff that the Wildcats are able to do, as we have the power play unit on. So here we go. Got a minute and 51 seconds left in the power play. Hopefully we can generate some offense this time. That puck comes all the way back the other way. They say no icing. Come on. Bolsinger collect. Send it up and out to Mason. And back into the zone. That was, they say offsides on the Wildcats. Barefoot gains his zone. Trying to work it in. They keep him wide. Centering that pass. Out in front. Gregor trying to pull a shot. And they get, I think that's in. They say it's not. Oh, man. Yo, Connor, we wish you could be here too. We miss you for sure. Wildcats turn it around. It's a good shot by Dwermark with the patience to get a stick on it last minute. Staying with that play. He goes around the other side. Dwermark will collect it off the walls. Pushed up and out of the zone. That was Jack. Got Taylor. That'll do it for the penalty. We got 35 seconds left here in the third period. It was a very long game. Wildcats getting in the zone. Taylor staying with them, keeping the body on the puck. Warmeyer will pick that one out in front of the net. Passing it up and out of the zone. Back in deep it goes, 8 seconds left. Wildcats still in possession. Shelton trying to keep it out. Puck is so loose, and that'll do it. So that concludes the regular. Well, that concludes the season. Thanks for tuning in, and to all those who watched diligently. We will have one tournament coming in 2 weeks, so we can try to bring that to you as well. Hopefully. That'll do it here for today's broadcast. Thanks for tuning in.